Hi everyone, my name is Ellie and I'm going to tackle some common queries and issues users have with the London Care Record. Please note that this video is for GPs in South East London because each area of London has a slightly different view or setup of their version of the London Care Record, so it may not apply to you. So with that caveat out of the way, I'm going to jump straight into the most common issue. The question is, how long does it take for data results to appear in the London Care Record? Or, I think I'm missing something. Although data is pulled through from our data providers in real time, this can vary from item to item. Only final, not preliminary, radiology reports will appear in the London Care Record. Some blood reports may need to be endorsed by the GP before it appears in the GP record section of the London Care Record. So that's just some caveats to say how our data behaves and obviously what we need to do to be able to pull it through to the London Care Record. There are also some really common filtering settings that mean that you can't see data. And that might be because you've saved a particular view from a previous area. So for example, if I only want to see general hematology here and say I click out of this record. Okay, so I've clicked out of this record and back into the same record again. So this is the same test patient, but you can see that it's reloading, but it's kept the filter on. So it's only showing me general hematology at this point. So this obviously is useful when you're trying to bring over changes to your widgets. So things like if I'm a GP, I don't really want GP records anywhere near the top. I could drag and drop and move this box. And that is really helpful from record to record, but sometimes it's not helpful when it keeps filtering from record to record, because then I may forget that I've left this on. So you would just need to just double check that each box has got summary or full details to show you all the records that you were expecting, because it might be that you've just quickly glanced at this, not realized there's a filter still on, and that's where the record that you're missing is. If you're not sure if it's still got filters or there's too many boxes to check, you can also go to the menu, go reset view to system defaults, and that's going to bring everything back to where it was. So you can see this, once it reloads, now goes to result sets and orders, and GP record should be back where I put it before. So that's one way of checking. The other thing is just to make sure that these partners are fully loaded, because sometimes when they're not loaded, it means that data won't be shown in these boxes from the partners that are missing. So you can check on this. So it will say 2 out of 2 or 100% when you hover over it. You can click on this and see which partners are missing if there's any problems. If you are expecting to see an item in the London Care Record that is not showing, please do report it to lg.connectcaresystemmanager@nhs.net. I am going to put that into the description for this video. If you're on an NHS net address, you can also securely include screenshots of the missing item and the date, patient and hospital information of what is missing to the team so they can appropriately follow it up with the data provider. If you're not on an NHS net address, please just give us as much information as possible without patient identifiers, and the team will arrange a call with you to resolve the issue so we can do that securely. Okay, one of the things we do get asked relatively frequently are connected to blood sciences whilst we're on that, is about seeing panels together. So sometimes when you have this view, it just shows you all results, or maybe you've got a summary. But if you do want to see your blood panels together, so if you've ordered a full blood panel, or if you ask for a lipid profile, if you ask for results, sets and orders, to go into this view here, go results, sets and orders, that's actually going to show you those panels together. So we've got that bone profile there. So you can click through and you can see that. Here's that set together. Okay, next common issue we sometimes get, which is to do with sort of local agreements of how your Adobe is showing, is to do with letters. So if I scroll down to where you commonly get letters, so let's have a look in miscellaneous reports here. So I've got an adult GP letter. So if I click through to that, if everything is working okay, I should be able to see a PDF version of the letter. If, however, you are getting some kind of error that pops up instead of this screen, so you can't see the letter at all, it might be worth trying to reset your EMIS, because sometimes it is a problem locally to do with that. If that doesn't work, or you're getting a pop-up that's related to Adobe license, Please contact your local IT department, admin, or practice manager, because sometimes that error is to do with your local license with Adobe. You can, if the problem persists or you haven't found a solution with your local IT department, report it to lg.connectcare@nhs.net. Include any screenshots of any errors that you get and as much information as possible about how you got this error, just so that the team can try and appropriately follow up and help resolve it for you. So some common queries that we get is also to do with just generally the record and to do with letters. Everything available in the London Care Record is really similar to how we used to look at things through the local care record and Connect Care. It is for view only. The data sharing agreement that we have in place is for view only. It doesn't replace your local processes for sharing data with healthcare providers. For example, if you're a GP and you used to get copied into letters from the hospital, that is how you should receive information to code into your primary care record. It should not be taken from the London Care Record. London Care Record does not replace any of those processes of data sharing. And because we have it as a view only, you should not be printing from the local London Care Record, and you should not be screenshotting from the London Care Record to be able to add to a local record for this patient. It should only be taken from your normal processes. By law, everyone working with health and social care as part of the NHS healthcare systems must respect privacy and keep all information safe. As I mentioned, this includes not printing and not screenshotting information that is intended for view only. That includes the London Care Record. And the London Care Record is underpinned by an information sharing agreement between all health and social care organisations involved. That means that you commit to sharing information in a secure way that is compliant with general data protection regulations, which provides a legal basis for sharing information. Obviously, we need to protect that, and we only use this information to deliver care. What providers can see or contribute data to the London Care Record? Now, the London Care Record is being used by hundreds of GPs across London and over 60 secondary and tertiary care providers and organisations. As I said in previous questions, this is for direct care only. So these are healthcare provider organisations. And this page I've got up on the screen at the moment, I'm going to pop a link in the description for this video. But this is where you get the most up-to-date information on which data providers are sharing with the London Care Record and who can see it. So as you can see, these are a lot of secondary care trusts. It could be social care, it could be community services. You have the ambulance and services and 111 that are able to see but not yet sharing. And you can see in each of the columns who's sharing data locally and who's sharing across London. So if you have any questions about which data providers are showing in your area or outside, this is the recommended place to go because it will have the most up-to-date information for you. Where can I get more info and support? So first of all, you can, within the London Care Record, go to this icon here that says user guide. So when you click through to this, it will bring up a PDF of the user guide. I'm in the test environment at the moment, so actually this is the old version, but there is a current version that actually has more up-to-date information and more detailed information on each one of the widgets that you have. You can also get some alerts and news that's in this area here that tells you about any planned downtime and any upgrades to the platform. Alternatively, you can also go to the Lewisham and Greenwich Trust page, which I will also link in this video. And you can go to the frequently asked questions page here, which runs through some of the common issues that we have, and we'll try and update this as often as we possibly can. Finally, you can go to the YouTube channel that you found this video on. We will try to add videos with hints and tips and common FAQs to try and support our primary care in South East London. And the last place that you can go is you can also email your questions or concerns to lg.connectcare system manager@nhs.net.